Hey, Canucks fans, a bit of line juggling at practice today, and defenseman Cole McCord joined the team for the first time. I'm Canuck Clay. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, April the 5th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Thanks to everyone who joined me last night for my quick Tuesday night stream, breaking down a little bit. The Canucks lost to the Seattle Kraken, and with that loss, the Canucks have 5 games remaining. They have a couple at home still to round out this week. Chicago tomorrow night, and then their home finale on Saturday night against Calgary, and then on the road for 3 more to wind up the season. I think it's LA, Anaheim, and then Arizona in their very last game of the year. Today at practice, Rick Tocchet changed things up a little bit. He ended the experiment, at least it looks like he will, for PD Kuzmenko and Dakota Joshua as Anthony Beauvillier rejoined his long-lost line mate. So it was indeed Pettersson, Beauvillier, and Kuzmenko. Second line untouched of Phil DiGiuseppe and Brock Besser playing with JT Miller. More on him in a few minutes. And then now the third line with Beauvillier off of it, it becomes Joshua, Oman, and Garland. And then the fourth line with Sheldon Dries on one side, Aiden McDonough, and the other side, it was Jack Stednicka and Kravtsov splitting some minutes. So those are the 13 forwards that will probably ride for the rest of the season. On defense, no Quinn Hughes at practice. Not overly worried. He's been playing 29, 30, 28 minutes a game, so nice for him to get a day off. But he was replaced, in essence, by Cole McCord, who just signed yesterday by the Canucks on a 2-year entry-level deal. So McCord skated on a pairing with Kyle Burrows. Then you had Akito Hirose with Tyler Myers, his D partner for the last 2 games. And then that means you had Jack Rathbone skating with Ethan Bear. So I expect Hughes to play tomorrow, so that means someone else will have to come out. We'll see who that is. I'm not sure McCord will play already tomorrow. You think he'd need a couple more practice in just to learn the systems and things, but we'll cross that bridge once we get to it, or at least when we do tomorrow's video. So that's how the Canucks practice today. And one thing, a couple things I want to say as we look towards the last 5 games of the season. When you look at the standings, the Canucks can't fall probably any worse than they are. They're 25th overall, so 8 from the bottom. They won't catch any of the 17s below them. But at the same time, there's a little bit of a small cushion between them and the teams above them too. The Detroits and the Buffaloes and the whoever's in St. Louis, Washington, those guys, not Buffalo, Detroit, St. Louis, and Washington. I actually don't see the Canucks catching any of those teams. So I don't think we have to worry that they're going to drop in the rankings, move up any higher in the standings to 9th or 10th worst. I feel pretty confident to say I think they'll finish with the 8th worst record in the entire league. So then they still have a 6% chance of winning the Connor Bedard sweepstakes. Now, what kind of hockey we're going to see over the next 5 games? It's not going to be that pretty. And granted, we're playing against a couple weaker teams in Chicago, Arizona, and Anaheim in our final 5, along with LA and Calgary. But we've seen in the last 3 games against Calgary, LA, and Seattle, it has not gone well. Those 2 of those teams in the playoffs for sure. Calgary's fighting for their playoff lives, and they are playing like it. Whereas, how much motivation will JT Miller or Brock Besser have really for 5 more games left in the season? I can see how guys like McDonough and Hirose and Kravtsov better get going. Those young guys, McCord, if he gets in, those guys will want to show a lot and almost get a leg up, a head start on impressions, making good impressions on the coaching staff and management. But really, there's not a lot for the veterans to play for going forward. Now, I mentioned JT Miller. I bring him up because it was noticeable last night from a standpoint of after getting stopped on a breakaway with 23 seconds left, he went to the bench, and instead of sitting on the bench, he just went straight to the dressing room. He didn't even sit down. The bench door opened, he got on the bench, and he went straight to the dressing room. Was asked about it later after the game, didn't really want to say much. And then Rick Tocchet, in talking about his disappointment with this team, spent a lot of time talking about attitude and body language. And when flat out asked about JT Miller, he simply said, I think he was just mad that he missed his breakaway. So Tocchet's smart. Actually, I've been really impressed with Tocchet and the media. He doesn't throw any individual players under the bus. He will say, we need more from our top guys. We need more from this guy. But he's never not once in the 2 months here I've heard him say anything really negative about someone, and I think that's kind of he doesn't coddle them, for instance, but he doesn't coddle them, but he doesn't also say anything unrealistic or unreasonable is what I was looking for. But there were strong words yesterday when he said he was disappointed how the Canucks played, especially after having a day off. He basically hinted at body language is for losers, like poor body language is for losers, that it shows that you're weak mentally and that teams can kind of take advantage of that. So again, he did not tie it directly to JT Miller, but you think of JT Miller and his body language. Remember when he was trying to decapitate Colin Delia at the before Christmas? That's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Is it hasn't been smooth sailing for JT Miller, and these players are passionate. They are the best in the world at what they do, and I'm sure that all Canucks fans, all Canucks players, I should say, are very disappointed with how the season is. And body language, it's such a key for anyone. We've seen Pettersson kind of slouch down or get frustrated. We've seen Hughes do that, Besser do that, Demko, JT Miller, obviously. So everyone does it. You're not immune to showing your emotions, your state through your body language. And I even think of when it comes to Jacob and Sean and Kalen when they're bowling. I even tell them, I can't tell them anything about technical bowling, like coaching them, because that's not my job. My job is to be a good parent, a supportive and loving parent. But one thing I do talk to them about is the mental game, and especially when it comes to body language, because especially if you're playing against other bowlers, and if you miss a shot or you make a bad shot, you don't want to be hunched over, slouching back, kicking the ball return, going back to your spot. You want to be walking upright, walking confidently, and showing your opponent that you're going to brush that shot off and get to the next one. So I know we're talking about two different things. We're talking about professional hockey versus amateur youth bowling, but still, I think some of the things I'm trying to say remain the same. So I noticed those kind of things too, and I want JT Miller to show a better example to the young guys that are working so hard to make good impressions. Jack Rathbone is included there as well. I want PD and Besser and Hughes and all of them to show really good body language. So I'm not complaining. I didn't even see it live. You guys know I was bowling last night, so I didn't see it happen. I just saw highlights of it. I don't think it was the best look for JT Miller, but I'm not going to get on the anti-JT Miller train. I actually think he's really good, and I think we need him to be good for this team to be successful, not just for the remainder of a 7-year contract that hasn't even started yet. So the body language talk from Rick Tocchet was very interesting to me. It did resonate with me, and I think it's just another way that he's trying to get through to his players, trying to be honest with the media, yet trying to instill his culture with his team. So Canucks fans, let me know what you think. Did you read much into JT Miller's body language and the way he did his post game yesterday? Did you get to hear what Rick Tocchet had to say about body language, equating it to just looking weak, basically? Or do you think it's no big deal in the big picture? And let me know what you think about the line combinations, if they matter to you at all. Tonight, I'll be live at 11 p.m. on my YouTube channel. I hope you can join me for a non-Canucks game, but some more good chat about the Canucks and a little bit of Ask Me Anything as well. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you. Always appreciate you. Never take you for granted. On your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership, and leave a comment down below. Love to hear what you have to say. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.